Good morning, I want to raise two issues, if I might, this afternoon. One is to ask the Minister for Justice to attend the House to address an issue which I think most people in this House would agree is a major problem in Irish society. It's not a new problem, but in the last number of weeks, as has been alluded to already, the area of gun crime. Very close to where I live, we had an interception of a gang on the way to apparently commit a murder. Great work by the Gardaí to intercept that person. We had a guard who was shot in the line of duty only a number of days ago, and then shockingly this week we've had reports of a baby being caught in the crossfire. Now, I think too often in Irish society what happens when there has been a gun crime, a shooting, it's dismissed as being gangland, and sometimes you even hear people saying, well, as long as they're doing it to each other, it doesn't affect me. And we can't really live in a society that would stand over such comments as that. And today it's quite clear, and this week it's quite clear, that Gardaí are putting their bodies in the line, and often even infants get caught in the crossfire. So I think it's time to have a national debate on gun crime, on how it is affecting our society, how children are being desensitised to it. It's particularly disturbing, I would suggest, that any child would grow up anywhere in Ireland and hear that there has been a murder overnight in their area. It's not good enough. It's not normal. It's not right, and we should never ever consider it to be normal. And I think it would be befitting of this House to have such a debate with the Minister for Justice and to outline his attempts to tackle this very serious issue, because there's a certain amount of empowerment, unfortunately, that comes with handling a firearm, and young people are often attracted to that way of life, and we need to understand the reasons behind that and tackle them. In relation to that, I would like to have another debate with the Minister for Education on the wide issue of educational disadvantage. We had some positive statistics last week on the rate of literacy amongst children in Ireland. I think a lot of credit has to go to successive Ministers for Justice in that. I know from our own part, in the Labour Party, we put a huge emphasis on literacy in the last government, and it's good to see this government is continuing on that good work, and all those efforts are to be commended. But there are many overlapping reasons as to why educational disadvantage is still an issue. We still have 1 in 3 children leaving our Desh primary schools with basic reading problems. We have a 17.9% adult illiteracy rate, functional illiteracy rate in the country, and it's again an issue of power that we need to address. So there's many facets to this issue of educational disadvantage. It needs to be tackled from pregnancy to infancy to early school years and beyond. And I think, again, it is something that should be addressed in a wide-ranging debate, if possible. If the leader could facilitate that debate, it would be of great benefit to see how, again, we can empower all of our citizens to seek a life for themselves in mainstream society through education, and not to turn to other areas of empowerment, which unfortunately we've seen cause such devastation to families and to members of the Garda Síochána this week.